Curated Content is your insider hub to the best channels YouTube has to offer. Explore the communities you never knew existed with me, Mallory Bart, as we take a deep dive into YouTube. Hello, my name is Mallory Bart, and this is the second episode of Curated Content. Thanks for joining me. We are talking today about YouTube communities and content creators. So today we're going to focus on arguably the biggest community of YouTube, which is the entertainers, the people that make you laugh, the people that you want to check back in week after week to see what they've made. So this can encompass YouTubers who focus on video games, memes, competitive eaters, anything that makes the audience laugh or be entertained. So the first channel we're going to look at, his name is Bill Wurtz, that's his real name, and he creates basically short videos that are songs. I think he's a singer-songwriter, and he also focuses on history videos. So he's made one called The History of the Entire World, I guess. And this video has 40 million views, and it is basically APUS for a high school class condensed into a 20-minute video. A lot of the comments say that they use this video for their AP World History exam and they study from it for their final.
Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean?
Now you can eat sunlight.
Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food.
Taste the sun.
Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue. Then the Earth might have been a snowball for a while, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm and some other types of weird strange water bugs and strange fish.
It's the Cambrian explosion.
Wow, that's animals and stuff.
So Bill Wurtz joined YouTube February 17th of 2012. He has a total lifetime views of 219 million, and he has 2.3 million subscribers. Bill Wurtz has a lot of different content. Some of his videos are 5 seconds long, some of them are 50 seconds long, some of them are 20 minutes long. It really just depends whatever he feels like doing, and he doesn't upload on a regular schedule, but all of his videos are very highly produced. They have a really good production value. All of them kind of follow the same format where he will sketch items, he will add text, he will So he has kind of 3 different categories of videos. He has history videos, song videos, and very short clips that are meant to be watched in a playlist. So these will be anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds long, and then you can watch them all at once and kind of binge watch them. So he's a really entertaining channel to check out. If you like songs, music videos, jingles, improv, he is a really cool guy. He also has an Instagram account, I believe it's at Bill Wurtz, and Wurtz is spelled W-U-R-T-Z. I've been subscribed to Bill Wurtz for probably 2 years now. I remember finding him on the recommended section of YouTube, and I'm really glad I did because he is a very creative person, and I think it helped me realize that you're able to create any kind of content that you want, no matter how silly or weird it is, or even if it's 5 seconds long. Some of these videos have 2.1 million views, 5.1 million views. There's a video called Soap Tips that has 3.4 million views, and it's only a minute long. So really you can do whatever you want on YouTube as long as you have the audience that will watch it. The next channel we'll be looking at is Angry Video Game Nerd, otherwise known as Cinemassacre. So Angry Video Game Nerd, otherwise known as James Rolfe, he created this channel called Cinemassacre with his friend Mike Matei, and basically what they do is they make short gaming-related web series videos. They have the Angry Video Game Nerd, James and Mike Mondays, they have Board James, and they kind of collaborate together. They've made a short film, they've made a real film which was feature-length and premiered in movie theaters, and he started on YouTube. Angry Video Game Nerd joined YouTube on April 6th, 2006. He has a lifetime views of 1.2 billion, and he has 2.5 million subscribers. Angry Video Game Nerd is a series about a nerd that plays video games that gets angry. It's pretty self-explanatory. He kind of pioneered the reviewing video games videos on YouTube. Since he started in 2006, he's been on the platform for a very long time, and he's also had a chance to develop his content over the years. So him and his friend Mike Matei, they kind of branched out. They started doing game reviews. They review a different game every Monday. James Rolfe is really into movie reviews and horror movies, so every Halloween he'll do a series where he reviews horror movies. Although Cinemassacre doesn't have a ton of views on every single video other than the Angry Video Game Nerd series, all of the content is very highly produced. James is very into collecting old horror VHSs, he collects video games, he has his own mock VHS and Laserdisc rental store in his basement, and he has 2 children now. So since he's been on YouTube for 12 years, his family has grown, and he's married his wife, and he's made a movie, all from YouTube. And he has kind of put his content on other websites than YouTube, but I would say YouTube is a huge part of his success. Angry Video Game Nerd definitely inspired me to get into videography and filmmaking, and kind of gave me that drive to push for excellence. I started collecting video games in about 2011 after I first saw Angry Video Game Nerd, and I realized that a lot of these video games are not highly sought after by a lot of people, and sometimes it's fun to just play the games. Even if you aren't entirely familiar with what it is beforehand, it's really cool to be able to play the games and experience them how they were meant to be played. Like, you can play A Link to the Past, the Zelda game, on the Super Nintendo, on a CRT television, and it's just a different experience than playing a reproduction on an LCD TV. And I think Angry Video Game Nerd has a setup to where everything... So Angry Video Game Nerd tries to be as authentic as possible. He will hook his Atari 2600 console up to an old tube TV, and he'll hook all of his 16-bit games up to the right television to display those, which is usually a CRT. Some of the newer consoles like Xbox 360 and up, they look better on LCD TVs, so it really just kind of depends what game you want to play, what you're interested in, and I first got my initial knowledge from Angry Video Game Nerd.
I remember in the early 90s seeing commercials for the 3DO. It was advertised as the most advanced game system, and it forced itself right into your face. Like, if you don't get this thing, you're gonna get left in the dust. It even went out of its way to insult Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, saying that those are just baby toys. Well, everybody I knew had those baby toys, and nobody, I repeat, nobody I have ever met owned a 3DO. Probably because its price in the US was $700.
He recently released his 155th episode of Angry Video Game Nerd on December 22nd, 2017. He's said before that these episodes take a very long time to produce, so it takes a while for him, especially with 2 young children, to create the content that he used to. And a series that has 155 episodes, there's a lot of backlogged content to go through if you're just discovering him, so I would highly recommend checking him out. He's definitely one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to filmmaking. The next channel we're going to look at is called First We Feast, and it is hosted by Sean Evans, and basically the concept is to bring a celebrity onto this interview show with Sean Evans, and so he'll make them eat, I think it's 8 hot wings with 8 different types of sauces. I could be wrong on that. So the channel First We Feast has an episode series called Hot Ones, and you might have heard of Hot Ones before, but basically what they do is Sean Evans hosts an interview-style show where he'll bring a celebrity guest on to try a bunch of different chicken wings with different types of hot sauce on them. And it's basically a chicken wing gauntlet. So he ended up getting enough popularity to develop his own Hot Ones sauce, and they have a sauce called the Final Dab. And what you do with that is you put just a tiny dab of the sauce onto the wing because it's supposed to be insanely hot, like so hot, probably not healthy to consume more than a little dab of it. I'm sure people do, but his show is interesting enough and entertaining enough to where not many other people are doing a highly produced show like that. I believe they film in the office where the Complex magazine is written, and like that's where the staff is. So the production value on the show is higher. They have better access to celebrity guests. They've had all sorts of celebrity guests, including Hannibal Buress. They've had Casey Neistat, Bob Saget, Logic, Terry Crews. Sean Evans also went to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in August 22nd of 2017 to do a live Hot Ones on The Colbert Show. So that was really cool for him to break away from YouTube and actually go on a live television late night show. So First We Feast joined YouTube February 28th of 2014. They have 360 million views and 2.8 million subscribers. So they have an established community. They upload regularly. If you like seeing people eat hot wings and give weird answers to questions, they also have a really nice format where they'll do an Instagram deep dive and kind of try to catch them off guard. And there's something with eating this hot sauce that makes their brains break. So they'll give kind of weird answers and their mouth will swell up and they won't be able to talk right. So it's a really entertaining show. And that channel again is First We Feast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And at long last, I'm joined by Hannibal Buress. He's one of the best stand-ups in the game. You know him from his many films and TV shows like Broad City and The Eric Andre Show. You can also catch him on his podcast, The Handsome Rambler. Hannibal, welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
How are you with hot food?
I like some spice, but I don't think food should make you uncomfortable.
Right.
On purpose. It's accidentally at best.
So the next channel we're going to talk about is H3H3 Productions with Ethan and Ela Klein. They are from Los Angeles and they have been on YouTube since April 29th of 2011. They have 989 million lifetime views and 5.5 million subscribers. So Ethan and Ela started out making kind of YouTube poops, which are basically mashups of other videos with weird edits, and they're kind of like shock humor. So they're really strange, but they kind of moved closer towards commenting on other people's videos in a creative way. Ethan and Ela are really influential in the entertainment community. They cover current topics, they cover old topics. They have been known for exposing some of the weirder channels, especially the prank channels. They've actually gained so much popularity that they made a Payday 2 downloadable content pack about them, which includes their likeness in the video game. And the game company is based out of Sweden, so it's cool they can do something international like that. They have coined a lot of terms. Ethan has a lot of kind of tics that the community picks up on. He likes to talk about his big belly, which he calls his fupa. He likes to wear socks with sandals. He's just a very kind of teddy bear bumbling guy. His most popular video is Vape Nation, and he got featured on the news in New York City when he lived in New York City because he was outside of the news reporter's window and the news reporter could see him blowing clouds with his vape. And he had a giant vape and it was just so ridiculous that I think the news reporter was just caught off guard. So H3H3 Productions, definitely a weird channel, but if you're into social commentary and that type of stuff, definitely check them out.
Hey, what up, peeps? It's your boy Ethan from H3H3. The sun finally came out. It's a beautiful, nice, warm day here in New York City, and I wanted to show you all at home what I'm about. A little peep into the world of EK from H3. Vape Nation!
A channel that I've been following since I was 15 years old is called Mega64, and I had the pleasure of meeting them at the Rooster Teeth convention last summer of 2017, and they were super nice, so I was really excited to meet them. They joined YouTube February 24th of 2006, and they have 153 million views with 433,000 subscribers. So they don't have a ton of subscribers, but they've been making content forever. They do video game skit videos. They used to do a lot of public pranks and that type of thing, but they move more towards mocking current video games. So Mega64 has been all about skits. They're really good with their production value. They're good with making different types of videos and keeping their viewers interested. They don't really have a ton of subscribers with only 433,000, but their fan base is very loyal, and I think their fans all kind of get it. So if you like video game videos, definitely check out Mega64.
Check it out, got the new EGM right here with all the E3 rumors.
Oh, awesome!
Hey, I'm loading up that blog with all the E3 leaks on it right now.
Oh, awesome!
So the new PlayStation is gonna play all the old consoles games. It's called backwards compatibility.
Oh, that sounds cool as f***.
Yeah, so PS4 is not gonna be backwards compatible at all.
Oh, that f***ing sucks.
These new consoles, you're gonna be able to connect online and play real people anywhere in the world.
How is that even possible?
Yo, that's some Matrix sh**.
Yeah, so online play will be severely limited.
Oh yeah, the online pass.
Yeah, because those are fun.
And the last channel we'll look at today, his name is maxmoefo, and he has 4 different YouTube channels, but the one I specifically want to talk about is maxmoefoepokemon, because that's where he's been uploading most recently, and he used to be a part of something that the YouTube community coined as the Cancer Crew. So they would make kind of weird, awful videos that nobody should be watching. For example, him and his friends shaved their heads and made a hair cake, and then they ate it. So there was hair in the cake, and they baked it, and they ate it. Just ridiculous stuff like that. So the friend group includes iDubbbz TV, maxmoefo, Filthy Frank TV, and they don't really get together all that much anymore. But maxmoefo is based out of Australia, and on his Pokemon channel, he reviews Pokemon cards. He is an obsessive Pokemon card collector. So he is a creator that I think really puts his heart and soul into his work, but he's also the type of guy who just doesn't care about what you think of him. He kind of sporadically decides not to upload, so his uploading schedule is very inconsistent, but I think his content is well worth watching. I don't even care about Pokemon cards, but I love watching Max talk about Pokemon cards. The format and way he does it, he opens them to surprise the viewer, and he goes nuts if he gets a rare card, and just his video production value is very high, so I really recommend maxmoefoepokemon. He's a really cool guy to check out.
Here we go, guys. Great Ball, Pokemon Catcher, double colorless energy. We got Ekans the Snake, Breloom, Voltorb, Litten, Purloin, 2 cats, and Hooper as the reverse baby!
And that will do it for this episode of Curated Content about entertainers. I hope you had fun talking about entertainers with me. The entertainment community on YouTube is growing every day. It includes more and more people and more genres every day as YouTube adapts and changes. I know a lot of the entertainment creators are looking to move to a new platform, so we'll have to see where that goes. Thanks for joining me on Curated Content, your one-stop shop for premium YouTube knowledge. Don't know what to watch next? Join me next time as we explore the various communities of YouTube.